So the Eagles are heading to Atlanta tomorrow, and this ain't no preview video. This is just, what I'm really expecting for tomorrow. And you know what? The Eagles have one of the most explosive offenses this year, and we already saw it in the second half of the Redskins game. The Eagles were very slow in that game because of not playing in preseason, and unfortunately, that's what happened. And we literally came in the second half, scored over 30 points, and like it was nothing. And this is a very explosive offense, okay? Defensively, I think we can be a lot better, and I think, the first game is the first game. Guys haven't played a real game, and finally they did. And now, moving on from the Redskins to week 2 to the Atlanta Falcons, going to Atlanta. We haven't beat Atlanta in their house in a while. Okay, I think the last time we've lost there was 2015. We went there when we had Chip Kelly and, I think Bradford threw the... Bradford threw the ball and went through Jordan Matthews' hands or hit him in his hands, and it got intercepted. The game was over. But I know we played very good against them home. All the damn time, pretty much. But other than that, you got to look out for Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones. Matt Ryan, I'm not really a big, oh my God, he's the best quarterback ever type quarterback. He's above average quarterback, but I don't think of him really anything like amazing. I'm not saying that he can't get the team anywhere, because he did. But, had their time, could have won that Super Bowl, in 2016, but couldn't get it done. And unfortunately, I think their time has passed. I just don't think they're going to ever get to a game like that. I think, they had their chance. As of right now, you know what? They got, with Devontae Freeman in the backfield. They don't have the 1-2 punch anymore with Tevin Coleman back there, but... their offensive line is having some issues. Lindstrom in the left guard, he's going to be out. And then the left, I think the right tackle, I think they're, I think they got their starter for the right tackle, not their prime starter, but I think they're very weak at right tackle as well. I thought McGrady, or whatever his name is, I forgot his goddamn name. But, offensive line, they didn't play too well in the first game against the Vikings. And now they're out, 2 guys are out, okay? And they're pretty much, their whole offensive line is almost first-round picks. They got a lot of good guys on the offensive line, but they have guys hurt. 2 positions are hurt. Jim Schwartz is going to take advantage of that with blitzes and mismatches, matchups. And you know how this defensive line is, because they could pretty much line up everybody. I want to see what some of these guys could do. I want to see, Julio Jones has really stayed out of the end zone. Playing the Eagles, Julio Jones has really stayed out of the end zone. We really have not let him score any touchdowns at all, period. But I'm expecting him to get 100 on us easy, just because that's just what he does. It's very hard to keep Julio under 100 yards receiving. It's going to happen, most likely. I know Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas were Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas and all of them were talking about their how they had some flaws in the first game and they didn't feel right, and it's going to be easy to clean up and all that type of stuff. So Ronald Darby is probably going to be covering Sidney Jones, most likely. Okay. And how do I feel about it? He's stopped him. He has stopped him over the past couple of years. But as of right now, it's a new year, okay? And it doesn't matter, because Julio could explode in this offense. But, they're facing a different Eagles team this year. Another different Eagles team that has far superior depth with weapons. And they got to face the deep threat, Deshaun Jackson, now. And that's another guy they got to take care of on the field. So it's going to be a lot of guys they're going to have to take care of. They don't really have that deep threat, but Julio Jones is a playmaker. And really, when you have someone that's that good, you don't need a deep threat on the team. Julio Jones has got the speed. He's very physical because he's a big receiver. And even if you try to tackle him, he will fight for those extra yards. There's no doubt about it. They have to, the Falcons have to defend, 4 running backs that do different things. Darren Sproles, and Miles Sanders and Corey Clement and Jordan Howard, as a bull that he is. They have a lot of shit to defend. We know Devontae Freeman. It's pretty much the same fucking team, mostly. Okay, mostly. Calvin Ridley's an upcoming star at wide receiver. You have those guys like Deion Jones on defense and Vic Beasley and all those guys, man. They have some, True Font and all these guys. Trufant's a pretty good corner. Is he going to be able to cover Deshaun Jackson? No. No corner can cover Deshaun Jackson regardless. I don't know who the hell he's going to be on. You know, Deshaun Jackson is going to get doubled in this game. You know, depending, maybe I'm wrong. He could get doubled, you know, open shit up for Alshon Jeffrey. Someone else is going to have a big game this game, whether it's Nelson Agholor or Alshon Jeffrey. You know, maybe Deshaun will be the star of this game. You never really know at this point. Too much to defend. They make you defend everybody, and you can't just double team Ertz anymore. You can't just double team Deshaun Jackson or out. You know, you got a lot of guys to defend now, and you got 2 tight ends to defend on top of it. You know, especially Dallas Goedert behind that as well. So, and this is the best offensive line in the league. Number 1 on my list as the best. We have the best offensive line ever. Okay, so I'm expecting a fight tomorrow. I'm expecting a fight. It's going to be their home opener. The Falcons have their home opener. The Green Legions over there. I've been following E-Rock on Twitter, and seems like they got over 1,000 people there right now. Probably more than that. So I'm excited to see what the crowd is like as well. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting on a national level. It's going to be very exciting. And you know what? The Falcons are going to put up a fight. They're pissed off that they lost, but they need to understand and realize they're not just facing some team, you know, it's just like a normal game. This is a team that's a resilient group that they are not. If they feel like they're going to choke you, if the Eagles already have their foot on your neck, they're going to keep their foot on your neck until you can't breathe anymore, until it's over, okay? So I expect the Eagles to keep that foot on the neck as hard as possible on this Falcons team that's going to come in here. You know, with a lot of, you know, it's their home opener in front of their crowd. It's going to be exciting for them, you know, and the Eagles are going to shut that crowd up tomorrow night, and that's what I'm hoping to God that happens, okay? I'm not the cocky asshole that's going to come on here and be like, oh, we're going to fucking beat them 40-7, you know, I'm not like that, okay? I take every game by game. I give the Falcons props. I give their fans props. It is what it is. Their fucking hype video. Did you see that shit? That shit was so embarrassing. Oh, my God. And Eagles Twitter pretty much cyberbullied the Falcons Twitter account, and they took it down, which was pretty funny, actually. But it's going to be a dogfight tomorrow. And you know what? If the Eagles start to get a little bit of separation in this game, and I feel like they are going to take it, I just hope that there's no slow start. I just hope that I think we're past that. I think we got our rust off, or whatever you want to call it, in that first game. So I'm expecting a fight from the Falcons, and if they don't put up a fight, they are going to lose this game, okay? I know what they have. They're a good all-around team. They have a lot of weapons, defensively, offensively, you name it, they have it. Their weakest position right now is offensive line, and that's not good, because the quicker Matt Ryan has to throw the ball, he's not going to get to these receivers. These receivers have to run these routes. He's not going to throw short passes the whole game, but if that's what he's going to have to do, because this defensive line is going to get through from not having Lindstrom at left guard and then having that, whatever his name is, at right tackle. I keep forgetting his goddamn name. You know, it's not going to be a crapshoot. It's not. Feel like there's going to be a little bit of more acceleration from one team, and it could be the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow night. So I'm not being cocky about it at all. I'm just saying that this game it's an exciting game. It is. It was a nice test to go against the Redskins. I'm glad that we got that out of our system now. We go to the Atlanta Falcons. We go down there, and we whoop some fucking ass. That's what we're going to do tomorrow night. So other than that, that's all I got to say. So leave a comment section below. Tell me what you guys think, and fly, let's fly. Let's get this done. See you guys later. Shea squad up. Fly, fly.